Okay, we need to get rid of that because I am live and I am here. And that's not the right one. That's not it either. But hey, it's good enough for me. There we go. That's much better. Hello, my internet fans. Welcome to another watch along here on the Simply Reliable Studios. And this is it for hockey. Not yet. This is the last game in the semifinals as the Buffalo Sabres take on the Montreal Canadiens, the winningest team in Stanley Cup history, the team with the most Stanley Cups in franchise history. This is game 7. This is it. One team will go on and advance to the Eastern Conference Finals, where they will take on the Carolina Hurricanes. And then the winner of that series awaits the winner of the Western Conference Final between the Colorado Avalanche and the Vegas Golden Knights. We've got plenty to talk about. We've got 36 minutes and 25 seconds until puck drop for Game 7. In the meantime, let's do a quick recap of what's been going on in the world of sports, what's been happening, what's coming up, what's going on, and all that good stuff. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody who watched along for the not the UFC, but for the MMA MVP promotion. And we watched along and we called Ronda Rousey's last fight. Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. If you literally blinked, you missed out on that match because the match only took 17 seconds. 17 seconds is all it takes. I mean, I did choose Gina Carano to win, but of course I was a little hesitant to do so because Ronda Rousey does what Ronda Rousey wants to do, and that is make you tap out, which she did. She made her tap in 17 seconds. So let's bring up the official story review written by ESPN on early yesterday morning at 12:34 a.m. Written by Brett Okamoto. Headline reads, Ronda Rousey submits Gina Carano by armbar in 17 seconds. Dateline, Inglewood, California. Ronda Rousey's storied MMA career could only end one way, in the first round via armbar. Rousey, with a record of 13-2 and at 39 years old, turned back the clock on Saturday inside the Intuit Dome, submitting Gina Carano, who was 7-3, in 17 seconds with her signature submission. The 145-pound featherweight bout headlined Jake Paul's Most Valued Promotions' first MMA card on Netflix. The result was probably inevitable. Carano, at 44 years old, hadn't fought since 2009 and represented a different era from Rousey, but it was special to Rousey nonetheless. Quote, I was hoping to come out as unscathed as possible, Rousey said of the quick finish. I didn't really want to hurt her. It was beautiful martial arts. That's what I think it was. It was art. Saturday's result was very different from Rousey's initial exit from MMA. The former UFC bantamweight champion, who famously changed UFC CEO Dana White's mind on promoting women's MMA in 2013, suffered knockout losses to Holly Holmes and Amanda Nunes in 2015 and 2016, and then distanced herself from the sport. It looks like Lekanen is going to be in goal for the Sabres tonight. Saturday's event was a chance for her to rewrite that ending. Afterward, Rousey definitively stated that she will not fight again. Carano, who said she lost 100 pounds after accepting Rousey's proposal for the fight in late 2024, admits she was left a bit unsatisfied by the 17-second contest. Widely considered the original pioneer of women's MMA, Carano wasn't able to throw a single punch in the fight. Rousey immediately ducked into her hips for a takedown, moved to full mount, and transitioned to the armbar. Quote, I wanted that to last longer, Carano said. I was so ready. I felt so good. I've never felt that good. I haven't competed in 17 years. I wanted to hit her, but getting in here is a victory. Fighting a legend is a victory. I feel great. I just wanted to fight. Carano said she didn't know if she would fight again. I think 17 years is a lot. 44 is a lot. Rousey initially sought to make her comeback with the UFC, but claimed she hit roadblocks after the promotion moved to Paramount at the start of 2026 and away from its long-standing pay-per-view model. Rousey targeted the UFC as an opponent on the business side and said she would consider staying involved in the MMA space as a promoter with MVP Promotions. The clock is now down to 31 minutes and 52 seconds. Jake Paul, who was in attendance and plans to compete in MMA himself, promised MVP Promotions would continue booking MMA events. In addition to Rousey, Saturday's card also featured former UFC stars Nate Diaz and Francis Ngannou. So overall, I would say the event was a success. The only thing I kind of wouldn't have done is maybe called out Jake Paul. I mean, if he is the lead promoter of the promotion, technically that's your boss, and you don't want to deal with that. You don't want to say, thank you, Jake Paul. By the way, I want to knock your head off a platter. You just don't do it. But again, we called it. I pretty much said, if Rondig gets a hold of you, especially your arm, you're done. And just like that, in 17 seconds, she did. So again, thank you for everybody who watched, and who knows what the next fight's going to be. I believe we're thinking about doing a Conor McGregor fight coming up. I'm not certain when that is, but stay tuned for that. So again, we're just over 30 minutes to puck drop. The game is scheduled to start at 7:30 p.m. on the Eastern side. And again, this is Game 7. This will end the second round, the semifinals. So let's take a look at that again. Again, the Avalanche and the Golden Knights, they are in the Western Conference Finals. They have advanced. The Avalanche finished off the Wild in 5 games. The Knights finished off the Ducks in 6. The Wild and the Ducks are both our teams, mine and Stat Girl, respectively. Would have liked to have seen a Wild Ducks finish. And if that would have happened, we kind of had plans. Dory was going to sit in her Wild jersey. I was going to wear my Ducks gear. And we would just do reactions. We really wouldn't do play-by-play. We would just do reactions of us. But it just didn't come to pass. But hey, both teams did a very good job during the season. We're both proud of our teams. This was one of the best performances that both teams have done in a while. The Ducks were hot. The Wild were hot. There should be a third place game between the Ducks and the Wild, personally speaking. So the Avalanche and the Golden Knights will start on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, Game 1 Western Conference Finals on ESPN. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals will start the next day, the 21st. That's on TNT. The winner of tonight's game plays the Hurricanes. And then, of course, the two teams meet up for the Stanley Cup Finals. And per tradition, and we've done this here on the channel, it's not going to be the championship game. It's going to be every game of the Stanley Cup Finals. I did it last year. I'm going to continue that this year. Each game, 1 through 7, until the cup is awarded to one team. So that is how it's going to be. We briefly talked about it during the hype up for the main event. Personally, I do want to see the Canadiens advance because they are the only Canadian team left. So I would like to see Montreal in the finals. And between Colorado and Vegas, Of course, the Colorado advances. That is the farthest that any team has gotten over the last 10 years after winning the President's Trophy. So if the Avalanche do it, they will be kind of making a historic move here. If the Golden Knights do it, they will continue their dominance. Of course, they were one of the I believe they did get to the finals and won the cup in their first attempt. I do need to confirm that. So personally, unbiased or semi-biased, I would want to see Vegas versus Montreal in the Stanley Cup Finals. And if that happens, with either outcome, I did say I would want to see Montreal win because I want to end the 30-year drought of a Canadian team winning the cup. So that's where I stand on that. In basketball, in the NBA, both conference finals are set. And later tonight, Game 1 of the Western Conference Final will start between Oklahoma City and San Antonio. Oklahoma City, of course, swept the Lakers, and the San Antonio did knock off the Minnesota Timberwolves in 6. So the winner of that will play the winner between the Cavaliers and the Knicks in the East. Their series will start tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern. The Thunder and the Spurs are on NBC. The Cavs and the Knicks are on ESPN. And between those two, I think I chose San Antonio versus New York. I have already called Oklahoma City. I believe I called them last year with SGA, and they were in the finals. New York is very hot right now, and it's not because of the Danhausen curse. So there's that. So I think I would want to see New York actually go all the way and finish this off. And again, when the schedule comes out for the NBA Finals, as long as it doesn't conflict with the Stanley Cup Finals, like if there's 2 games on one day, hockey will take precedence over basketball, only by a slightly little bit. Although I do believe I call basketball a little bit better than I call hockey, because at least with basketball, everything moves a little quicker that I can react. Whereas hockey, if things are slowing down, like they're battling in the boards, it kind of slows things down a little bit there. But we'll see what happens after those series are set. And let's talk a little bit of football here. The Ageless Wonder is coming back for another year, as Aaron Rodgers will play again for Pittsburgh. And this story broke 2 days ago, just before 8 p.m. Eastern. Four-time MVP, this is again off of ESPN, four-time MVP Aaron Rodgers signs a 1-year deal with the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers isn't done yet. This is written by Brooke Pryor. After another prolonged decision-making process, the four-time MVP has signed a 1-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The deal is worth up to $25 million, sources told ESPN Adam Schefter, and is expected to include a base salary between $22 million and $23 million, with a few million more in incentives. Rodgers, age 42, recently returned to the Pittsburgh area ahead of Monday's OTAs and was seen getting ice cream with several teammates at a local shop on Friday night. Wow, 42 years old and still playing football. Not going to lie, I am concerned about this. I don't want to see anything happen to him. It's also starting to fall under, this is where a player who the fans, because the fans are like the judge, judge, jury, and of public opinion. When they say it's time for somebody to walk off into the sunset, it should happen. And Aaron Rodgers just doesn't want to do that. He wants to keep playing. So he is going to go one more year. We'll see where it goes with that. And also the schedules have been released for the NFL. We briefly talked about this. Let's take a look at the Steelers' schedule. Usually before the season starts, a few years, a while, I actually did a team-by-team prediction. And I might do that again this after the summer, like around August or so. So I'm quickly looking at the Steelers' schedule for 2026. And they will play 3 preseason games against the Packers, the Jets, and the Bills. So maybe he'll play on that, not certain. They open against the Falcons, then they play at the Patriots in week 2, then play Cincinnati in week 3, Cleveland in week 4, Indianapolis in week 5, Tampa Bay week 6, New Orleans week 7. They play Cleveland again in week 8. So they will be playing Cleveland twice. Their bye week is week 9. They'll play Cincinnati week 10. So that's 2 Ohio games. 11, they'll play the Eagles. 12 is the Broncos. 13 is the Texans. 14 is the Jaguars. 15 is the Ravens. 16 is the Panthers. 17, he's scheduled to play against the Titans. And 18 is the Ravens. Now, that sounds like a pretty good schedule, I would think. I'm not gonna go win losses just yet, but just looking over it, it looks like a normal schedule. I mean, nothing too crazy. I mean, if I really wanted to be quick about it, you start the season against your former team, Green Bay, drinking out of the cup. That's not the real cup though, so it's okay. And then, week 2, he plays against the Jets. Let me confirm that really, really quickly here. How about if this is going where I think it's going? I want to make sure this is right. Packers. And then 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. Yep. He's going to start this 2026 season against both of his former teams. How about that? Oh, and the schedule's not fixed? Yeah, right. How about that? And the only thing else I want to look at, and this might, I don't know if this is going to be let's see, can I? Oh, so there's not going to be a week 1 Thursday night football. Well, let's see. I was thinking maybe. Let's take a quick look at them. Let's see. Good matchup. I'm quickly looking over the Monday Night Football schedule. Let's see. Week 1, Denver, Kansas City. Week 2, New York, Los Angeles. Week 3, Philadelphia, Chicago. Week 4, Atlanta, New Orleans. Week 5, Buffalo, Los Angeles Rams. Week 6, Washington, San Francisco. Week 7, Dallas, Philadelphia. Week 8, Chicago, Seattle. Week 9, Buffalo, Minnesota. Okay, that's a good one. Week 10, Los Angeles, Baltimore. Week 11, Cincinnati, Washington. Week 12, Carolina, Tampa Bay. Week 13, Dallas, Seattle. Week 14, Pittsburgh, Jacksonville. Week 15. Okay, pretty good lineup. I haven't decided what I want. I mean, the only downside to Monday Night Football, of course, is it's opposite Monday Night Raw. So we've got until, late August to make a decision if I maybe want to do Thursday Night Football or Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football. I do want to call football this season, because I want to keep that going for certain. We'll figure it out eventually. That's the beauty of planning and everything. I know I haven't been calling any baseball because, the playoffs get precedence, but early, we're getting close to the halfway point of the season anyway soon. So, it's still May, but they're already starting to promote the All-Star game. In that. Let's see. We've got about 5 minutes left before the 7:30 hour. Something I'd like to share. So those that were watching Game 6 of the Wild and the Avalanche, in, of course, the last 2 minutes, I was snacking on my chips down here like I did, and I guess a chip got caught, and so I was, struggling to speak, catch my breath. I was not choking on that, and of course I did not have a bottle of water with me, so I remedied that today. But I was surprised by my Michigan brother, Brandon, and his wife, Tammy, who were our neighbors for a very long time before they moved to Michigan. So they popped in, came in, opened the door, surprised me and everything. And so the game went into overtime, So I paused the feed a little bit, saying that we were going to overtime. The entire intermission, we were downstairs just chatting, reminiscing, and we made plans to go to dinner Saturday night. And Saturday night, of course, was the Gina Carano fight and the Ronda Rousey fight, and the night before was Game 6 for the Ducks and the Knights. Now, yes, I would have loved to have called the Ducks and the Knights, but that day as well was a work day, and I just worked till probably 8 o'clock. I was, Uber questing, I like to call it. Those days are big drive days for me. So I do apologize, but hey, gotta make money. So Brandon had mentioned that he has taken up golf. And I'm like, oh, well, that's pretty cool there. Then that sounds interesting, actually. So we come back, we call the overtime game, Wild lose. I say my good nights. And before I went to bed that night, or maybe even the next day, I messaged Brandon. I said, hey, look, I have never been on a golf course before. May I come along and hang out with you just to see what it's like? Just to, I'm not planning on hitting a golf ball. I just want to tag along. And since you've been gone for a couple years or so, we can hang out and catch up. He's like, yeah, that's a good idea. Sure, no problem. So I picked him up Saturday afternoon at 11:30. I was going to do some driving that morning, but it just didn't happen because there was a screw in my tire. My second one. I've actually had this happen twice now. Of course, the tire indicator had popped up saying that there was a flat tire or low tire or whatever. And so I got that repaired. I also I also repaired the a broken tail light, learning that you can't just replace a cover on a tail light. You have to replace the whole doggone thing. So the Canadiens have a record of 16-9 in Game Sevens. The Sabres are only 1-6, so that probably means the Canadiens are going to win. And the countdown clock is at 8 minutes and 35 seconds. So I fixed the tire, washed the car. It was about 11 o'clock, 11:30. Go over. I pick up Brandon from his motel, and he wanted to go to the Sevierville Golf Club. So we get there, go to check in, but unfortunately he didn't register a tee time. So we called up the Gatlinburg Golf Course, which is not in Gatlinburg. It's literally across the street from Dollywood. So called them up, reserved a time, and we had some time to kill. So we checked out the Bloomin' Barbecue Festival that was taking place in downtown Sevierville, and this was right by our courthouse in town. Food trucks everywhere, vendors, play areas for the children, and of course barbecue. And I mean, we're talking brisket and smoked mac and cheese and sausages and chicken and ribs and anything that you could smoke. They're all set up there. And as soon as you step on the property and you smell the liquid smoke, your appetite just shoots through the roof. So we hung out there for a little bit, and so we then went over to the golf course. They checked us in. We missed the tee time a little bit, but that was okay. They paired us up with a nice couple who had been playing since their college days and whatever. The fee was only $60 a person. And they basically it was some kind of deal where you could play as long as there was light, and sunset was about 8 o'clock. So the clerk said, if you finish one round, you can go back out and finish another round. The only thing you can't do, of course, is there isn't a beverage cart that goes on the course. You just if you need drinks or whatever, you set us up with a golf course, and onto the course we went. And Brandon was doing his thing, and I was just sitting there. I got to drive the golf cart. I did putt a couple times on the green. I wasn't too keen on driving, but he actually did let me attempt to drive a golf ball. It was a disaster. I shanked it right big time. No, not the good kind of getting screwed there, brother. Very funny. Ha, ha, ha. But it was a very relaxing and very calming experience. And, you just drive the golf cart along the course and take your shots. Make sure you don't lose your golf ball, and, you just play around a golf, That doesn't mean I'm going to be a golfer, but I just wanted to do it to say I've experienced it. It is nice, but, I don't know if I, would ever attempt, to go to a driving range. Putting is putting, okay? If you think going and playing mini golf is fun, putting on a golf course, the putter's a little bit different than what you get at your mini golf courses. But it's a little bit, you got to read the green, like if it bends or whatever, or anything like that. So overall, at the end of the day, I told him I actually had a good time doing it. We did not get the full 18 in. We only played 16 holes. And then we picked up everybody. We had a great dinner at Hard Rock Cafe. And then we said our goodbyes and came home. So first time on a golf course, I enjoyed it. It was very nice. As Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen was being shown warming up there for the Sabres, there are the Canadiens They are in the tunnel there, getting ready to find out which team will go to the Eastern Conference Finals. And it looks like they're going to go for a TV timeout. So we're going to do the same thing. And we come back, I believe, national anthems and puck drop. And I think this is the trailer. So here we go.
And now for a taste of things to come.
All the wrestling. Saturday night's main events coming up. A video I saw with Gunther has kind of piqued my interest a little bit. Now, I have said on the channel and in personal moments as we're getting closer and closer here, I am not anti-gun, but I don't personally like them myself. I live through California. I don't like gun violence. I do understand that a gun can be a protective piece. I totally understand that the police and the military use them in their daily jobs. But me personally, if you put a gun in my hand, I am going to get rid of it. I don't want it anywhere near me. I just don't want that. However, in a bit of hypocrisy, of course, there is a channel that I do like to watch. It's called Yeet Life. The host, shoots things and scientifically breaks down what a bullet can and can't do. But that's a whole other topic. The Sabres are coming out to the ice right now as they are being ready for their Game 7 start. Now, we all know that Gunther, of course, is the ring general. We all know his physique. And there is a video out there of him holding a Smith & Wesson 500. It's one of the biggest handguns made. And of course, scientifically speaking, if you fire a gun, it recoils. The thing that fascinated me was this. Gunther's a big guy. He's very strong. He's very muscular. He's a wrestler. He fired the gun, and the recoil made him jump back. We're getting ready for the national anthem, so we're going to take off our hats and put the flags up. And coming up will be the Canadian national anthem. Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo. From the KeyBank Center in Buffalo, New York, Jakub Dovish, record 7-6, 2.59 goals against, and a 9.06 against Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, who is 3-2. This is his first career Game 7 start. Luukkonen versus Dovish. Center ice, puck dropped, and we are underway. And Montreal is going to control, and they're going to send it down behind the net. And we're going to go into center ice, and it's going to go all the way back to the Buffalo zone. Buffalo is going right to left. Montreal is going right to left. Buffalo is going left to right. For the first period, anyway. The Canadiens, of course, are in their white with red trim, and the Buffaloes are in their home blue with gold. To the left of Lehkonen, Suzuki was in there, and he falls onto the ice. And looks like there was an offsides call on that. Oh, yeah, offside was the call. Buffalo gets it back. We are in the Montreal zone. Montreal gets a hold of it. They're trying to come back up. Through the center ice. Oh, he was offsides big time. Number 14 on Montreal, he was clearly offside, so that's going to bring the puck back. The first goal, the fastest one was 32 seconds in Game 6. The longest one was 6:32 all the way in Game 4. Canadiens control. They're going to send it over into the Buffalo zone, and it's going to go right to the glove, so we got another stoppage of play. With just under 19 minutes to go. To the right of Lehkonen. Puck is dropped, and Montreal's going to control. Puck just trickled to the right or the left of the net, actually. Montreal does control. They're behind the net, trying to get around. Sends it back along the boards. Buffalo intercepts. Back to Montreal, right by the blue line, and into center ice. Forcing Montreal to back up a little bit. Rasmus Dahlin has 5 points in Game 6. NHL record by defensemen when they face elimination. Montreal is behind their own net. They're trying to come on up. They come up through center ice. They're going to go in deep, and they're going to keep it inside. Right in front of the net. Nothing there. Buffalo's going to get it back. Oh, quick turnover there. Oh, and they lost that one. It crossed over the line, so now Montreal has to back up. And Buffalo's going to get it back in their own zone. So let's see if they can come up next. And, it almost like it was going to go out of play. Now Montreal has it behind their own net. Up through center, onside. And it's going to go back into center ice. Montreal has to back up a bit. Buffalo's going to get the puck. They come up through center, and that could be – no. I thought that was going to be icing and was pretty close. It was a good long pass. Buffalo up to the point. And the puck is going to go out of play. Newhook's not going to do anything with power. Oliver Kapanen has 22 goals in the regular season, third amongst rookies. And the puck is going to go to center ice. Buffalo's going to recover. Both teams do have a shot on goal, but no score with 16:30 to go. Puck trickling down. Montreal recovers. Coming up to center. Onside. Buffalo gets it back. Sending it down through center. Tage Thompson. Quick little check there. Sends it behind the net. And Montreal intercepts there. They're going to come up. Oh, no, they're going to back off a bit. Dobich came in coming out of the crease. I hate that every time that happens. Montreal just trying to get out of their own zone. There's a chance, and Montreal scores as Philip Denault puts the Canadiens on the board at 15:30 to go in the period. Let's take a look at the play. They come up, send it over into the corner from behind the net. Denault right there. Gould to Denault, off the stick, and 5-hole. That could be a kick. We might have a kick, and if it's a kicking motion, that's not a goal. Are they going to challenge? They're going to count it. He did not challenge. Puck was dropped. He said turning the skate was not kicking the skate. So Philip Denault gives the Canadiens a 1-0 lead. I think maybe if he would have challenged it, maybe, but he didn't do it. Canadiens have now the 8th straight game with a goal in the first period. Ties the longest streak in Canadian playoff history. Well, let's see if Buffalo can battle back. Buffalo coming on side. Wrist shot, no good. Buffalo still in control, passing around. Behind the net, but the puck goes free. Buffalo still in control. And that's a turnover and a breakaway. Montreal's 1-2. Shot and save. Nice breakaway. Nice speed, too. He had double coverage, though. That would have been a great goal. Suzuki with a chance. And it's going to be stoppage. Looks like we're heading to a TV timeout. As we take another look at that goal. Deflected off the skate, but not a kicking motion. Be right back.
And now for a taste of things to come.
Flashing back to when Buffalo beat Ottawa in the 1997 first round, beat Ottawa 3-2 in overtime. That was the only time Buffalo won in Game 7. To the right of Elimination. Here come the Buffalo Sabres up through on their onside. Two-on-two's little battle behind the net. Montreal's going to get the puck. And they're going to send it way down. And I believe, was that icing? I believe that was icing. Yep, that was icing. All righty, to the left of Dobish. And Buffalo's going to get it back in their zone. And Dobish is going to cover up after all. Oh, we got a little extracurricular activities here. Waiting for the puck to drop. It's going to go to the left of Dobish. Ooh, that was a good chance there. Buffalo still maintains control. Out to the point. Behind the net. Buffalo still in control. He's looking for somebody. Quick turnaround, but it went wide right. Or wide left, excuse me. Buffalo still in control. Almost loses the puck. Buffalo still has it, battling with Montreal, and puck is going to go out, but Buffalo's going to recover. They just have to come back and get onside. Here come the Sabres. They're onside. Montreal recovers. Buffalo gets it back. Still onside. Nobody was there for that pass. Which comes out of the crease briefly to get the puck back over to Montreal. Sends it all the way around the boards. Montreal has to back up a bit. The Canadiens are 5-0 following a loss. The last time they had back-to-back losses was March 14th and 15th. That just makes it sound like it's all going to go to Montreal's way tonight. Buffalo will recover. Yep, through center ice. Montreal will send it down. Is this enough for icing? I think it got waved off. 6 shots for the Canadiens, 3 for the Sabres. A little bit of work in the corner here. 3 Sabres, 3 Canadiens. Puck finally comes loose. And sent out. Buffalo gets it. Halfway through the first period. Buffalo send it up. Montreal almost intercepts. Buffalo has a chance here. And Dobish just got totally leveled, but he was sprawled out. Wanted some goalie interference on that one, but didn't get it. You knock down the goalie, that's a penalty. Puck's still going around. Back and forth, back and forth. They keep passing back. Sends it in. And Lekanen will throw that one out. And Buffalo gains control. Coming up through. Onside. 2-on-2. Nice hit there. Everyone's just going all over the place. Goalie's on his wallet on that one. He was literally sitting on the ice. Samuelson with a nice... And finally, Dobish covers up. After all that. And the Buffalo faithful are proud of their goalie at this point. Quinn went for the stuff there. That's what sprawled out. Dobish stuck out his pad at the very end there. Where's my fork? As they go to a TV timeout. Please forgive me while I grab this mac and cheese. So going back to that other thing I talked about. When Gunther fired that handgun, he kind of jumped a little bit. And he had Kaiser with him, Luda Kaiser. And he was nervous as all could be. I mean, compare that to me. If you do find this video and you watch it and you see how Kaiser holds and fires the gun, that would be me in that style. He fires the gun, the recoil, it really made him jump big time. So, but overall, it was very good to see Gunther out of his element there. And the host kind of slipped a little bit and called him the war general instead of the ring general. As we come back, face-off will be to the right of Dobish. And it looks like the Canadiens were trying to control in the corner. Buffalo has it back, though. Still battling it along the boards. And Canadiens have it. They come up through center. They will go onside. Almost a quick loss. Yep, Buffalo gets it back, I think. Yep, no, not yet. Two quick shots from the Canadiens. And I think we're going to get a delay of game. Buffalo is being called for delay of game. Let's take a look at the replay here. Shot there. Yep. Caulfield was like right in front. Lehkonen with the save. Caulfield with a rebound and another one. Didn't fully go into the glove. And number 6 on Buffalo, as he went to backhand it, it did go over. Zach Benson is called for delay of game. The ref thought it was intentional. That's a delay of game. Montreal is now on the power play. Slafkowski, Suzuki, Caulfield, Demidov, and Hudson. Suzuki with it. Over to Caulfield, and Buffalo is going to control. And are they going to try and go shorthanded? No. The Canadiens are 7 of 25 on the power play. They've had 6 power play goals in the last 4. The Sabres have killed. They've had it's the 42nd time shorthanded. Suzuki passes it over to Slafkowski. Passes to Hudson. Demidov has it. And that's going to cause into the neutral zone. Hudson has it. He comes onside. Demidov has it. Gives it to Hudson. Hudson back over to Slafkowski. To Suzuki. Back to Hudson at the point. Over to Demidov. Back to Hudson. Hudson waiting. Demidov waiting. Slafkowski has it. Sends it over to Suzuki. Suzuki shoots. Save. Over to Demidov. Over to Hudson at the point. 50 seconds left in the power play. Suzuki. Circling around, waiting. Hudson faked the shot. I think he should have taken it. Suzuki with it. Over to Caulfield. Caulfield turns around. Caulfield turns around again. Gives it to Suzuki. And will he keep it in? No. 25 seconds. Hudson tries to bring it up. Over to Suzuki. To Slafkowski. Bolduc with a shot. Went wide left. Over to Hudson. Over to Bolduc. Hudson has it near the blue line. 10 seconds left in the power play. Sends one in over to Suzuki. Suzuki bobbles it a little bit. Gets checked. And Bolduc will shoot and score. And Zach Bolduc puts the Canadiens up 2-0. I didn't even see it go. Well, let's see. Hold on. Wow, it bounced off the back of the neck. That was a quick. And they are cheering in the Bell Center in Montreal. The whole stadium is filled with Montreal fans, and they are happy that Zach Benson has put their Canadiens up 2-0 with 5:31 to go in the first. 11-6 when it comes to shots. Zachary Bolduc's third goal of the playoffs, his first goal in Game 7 in his career. And I believe icing is the call. Yep. Again, Knights and Avalanche will be Wednesday. Then the winner of this game will be Thursday, Game 1 in the conference finals. Buffalo sends one out, gets it back. He's coming on in. Unfortunately, there's nobody there to catch it. And 5 minutes to go in the period. And we've got a bit of a breakaway. Tessier, no goal. He had a breakaway and he got stopped. Tessier with a breakaway. Four and a half to go in the period. Here come the Canadiens. Sabres are trying to get it back. But here's the Sabres with some time. Oh, that was a good chance there. And will this be icing? Yes. Can we take a look at that breakaway there? There goes Tessier. Went right, deep left, and just goes right to the pad. Lehkonen, it was outside the net too. Zucker here almost had a shot. Unfortunately, one of the Canadiens sprawled out in front of the goalie. So we're going to go to the right of Dobish. In this series, there have been 22 goals in the first period alone. And that's going to be icing, I believe. Nope, they waved it off. Canadiens will control in their own zone, come up through center. Buffalo has it. Buffalo still battling through the neutral zone. Puck comes loose, comes all the way back. Sabres. No. Sabres still battling, though, to keep control. And they will. Battle along the boards here. More battling back and forth. Buffalo comes up with it. Oh, puck in the neutral zone again. .220 to go. In the first round, of course, the Canadiens won the game with only registering 9 shots the entire game. What a hit that was. Montreal with control, less than 2 minutes to go in the period. Puck gets all the way sent down. I believe icing is the call for that. Yes, it is. .146 to go in the first. In the intermission, we will show the trailer again, take a break, go over the first period stats, take a look at what else is going on. Buffalo, nothing there. In Game 7 history, the team that scores first wins 75% of the time, 152 out of 202. And that's it, then Montreal wins. I mean, 75% unless Buffalo decides to... Oh, what a hit that was. .1 minute to go in the first period. What a hit that was. That almost looked like a borderline elbow. 45 seconds to go. Buffalo still trying to at least get 1 goal in before the end of the period. Right side. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? What's going on? What's happening? We're going to commercial with 36 seconds left. Why? I didn't even see the puck go. They're calling offsides. I don't know how. I didn't see it happen. .36 seconds left to go to a TV timeout. I don't see why. I say play out to 36 seconds, then go to commercial. That's just me. All right, 36.9 seconds. Montreal up 2-0, 11-9 overall. The Canadiens are 12-2 when scoring first. In Game 7s, anyway. Clock running down to 30 seconds. $20 seconds left. $13, puck in the corner. And unless something major happens in the next 10 seconds, that's going to be it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there's the horn. All righty. I probably left so much chicken on that bone. Alrighty, so we are on intermission. I'm going to go wash my hands and get all this chicken fat off my hands. Take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look and see what's going on in the rest of the world and stats from the first period. Be right back.
And now for a taste of things to come.
All righty, with about 7 minutes to go in the intermission, let's take a look at the stats and see what's been going on. 11 shots for the Canadiens, 9 for the Sabres, 14 hits for the Canadiens, 7 for the Sabres. Sabres were the only team that get penalized, the delay a game penalty. Face-off percentage wins goes to the Sabres at 53% to Montreal's 47%. Of course, I believe that was the only penalty. Yes, that was called. Zach Benson was called for delay a game, puck over the glass. Philip Denault, of course, starts off the scoring at 4 minutes and 30 seconds. With assists from Gould and Teixeira. And Zach Bolduc, who was the one that was penalized, or that was Zach Benson. Zach Bolduc on the power play makes it 2-0 with assists from Nick Suzuki and Lane Hudson. Again, all signs are pretty much pointing toward a Montreal victory, as they have a 75% chance of winning at this point because they were the first team to score. First team that scores in Game 7. As the countdown clock reaches 5:25. Let's see what's going on in baseball right now. Do we have any finals? Nope, no finals yet. So the Marlins are beating the Braves 6-0 right now. They're in the bottom of the 5th. The Braves are beating the Orioles 12-4 in the top of the 6th. The Reds and the Phillies are knotted up at 3 in the bottom of the 7th. The Guardians are beating the Tigers 2-1 in the top of the 5th. The Mets are beating the Nationals 4-3 in the top of the 6th. Blue Jays and Yankees tied up at 3, top of the 5th. Red Sox are beating the Royals 2-0, top of the 6th. Twins are beating the Astros 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Brewers are beating the Cubs 1-0, top of the 4th. And right now, let's take a look at this box score here. Play-by-play. Brewers and Cubs. Couple of walks. So the no-hitter, perfect game. Well, the perfect game is out, but the no-hitter is still in play. Well, he did get hit by a pitch, but that's kind of iffy on that one. So that's probably a no. And the upcoming games, the Rangers and the Rockies, they are going to get started in just under 10 minutes. The White Sox will play the Mariners in about an hour. The Giants will play the Diamondbacks in about an hour. And the Athletics and Angels, they will start in about an hour. And the Dodgers and the Padres will be the last game of the day. And of course, let's not talk about the Freeway Series between the Angels and the Dodgers. What a disappointment for the Angels, man. Oh, my goodness. 26 runs given up in 3 games or something to that effect. Very, very sad. The Angels are 15 games below 500 right now. So that's not a good look, Granddad. Hence why I'm wearing Dodger blue, I guess. I don't know. No, I didn't lose a bet, but I have been wearing the Dodger blue a lot lately. I have not been wearing Angel Red with 2 minutes to go before the second period starts. Excuse me. Excuse me. We got 118 people watching on at Twitter and X. Thank you so much. And on YouTube. Twitter. Connect to the Wi-Fi. You dumb phone. The second period's getting ready to start. Come on, you stupid phone. Work with me here. Retweet. We are live for the second period. We are Clive. Montreal Canadiens. Go Habs, go. Guffalo. Let's go Buffalo. There we go. All right, that's taken care of. Second period underway, 1909 to the left of Lekanen. Yeah, so we already know that the Canadiens won with only giving up or only taking 9 shots the entire game. That is old news. We know that. Buffalo coming up through center. They're going to back up just a bit. Quick intercept there. Puck going all over the place. Buffalo has it. And they're going to come around from, almost got taken away there. Buffalo coming back into their own zone. Puck going to the left of the net, to the right of the net, actually. Wrap around, no good. Icing is the call. 18:10 left. Good little chance there on the wraparound, but to the left of Dobish. And the puck is going to go all the way back into the Buffalo zone. Buffalo's going to recover. They're going to go into their Montreal zone. We're in center ice. Buffalo recovers. Buffalo still is. Ooh, that was close to being offsides, but it's on. Buffalo has a quick chance. Trying to just jam it home. And finally, Dobish gets the whistle. There was a lot of jamming and tipping on that one. Let's see what happened there. What took so long? Puck goes wide left, right on the corner, right into his pad. It's like there's a crease in the pad, but the puck is not over the line. If his pad would have moved, the puck would have been in. To the right of Dobish. And that's going to send the puck down. It's going to carry him loose. Buffalo's still going to play it, though. It is in the Montreal zone. Buffalo's trying to work it loose. Somebody lost a stick, and the hands come up, and we've got a Buffalo player down. We got a high sticking. It's a high stick on Norris. Norris was the one that got hit. And we've got some blood on his lips. It's a double minor. No, they're gonna confirm it. The initial call is a double minor, but they're gonna look. Oh, no. It's friendly fire. I don't think there's going to be a penalty. I think they're going to reverse it. No penalty. Nope. Benson accidentally hit his own teammate. There was a Canadian behind him, so maybe from one view, it looked like the Canadian stick did hit Benson, or it hit the other player. Benson's stick was the one that did it. So no penalty. Facts, nothing there. Friendly fire. He's okay. They got that one wrong. Would have been a great chance for the Sabres, though, with a 4-minute penalty. And I believe that's offsides. Yep. Man, oh man, is it awfully warm. Let's see if I can get the. Oh, I want to put the fan on, but it might mess up the sound. Neutral zone face-off. Again, Golden Knights and Avalanche. Game 1 on Wednesday. Here come the Canadiens through center, onside, takes a shot, and Leganen's going to cover up. 16:32 left in the second. On 143 of you watching, thank you so much. Coming in on a Monday night. Very impressive. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Drop some comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you're on X or if you're on YouTube. Let us know what you're thinking here. To the right of Lekanen. Somebody lost a stick again. Buffalo will control. Offsides, perhaps? Yep, offside was the call. Buffalo in their own zone. It's through center. Onside. Norris with a tough angle shot on that one. Didn't go anywhere. There have been a couple lucky angle shots that were just like, I don't know how they went in. The math was mathing good on that one, on those ones. To center. Back and forth. Canadiens control. Up through center. Tage Thompson has 15 points in the playoffs. Mitch Marner's got 18. Buffalo with it now. Looking for some kind of opening. Rasmus Dahlin with a shot. Didn't go anywhere. Montreal will recover. They're going through center. That was borderline close to being offside. I saw that. I don't know. They make it so close that you'd think they're offside, but they're actually on. Buffalo forced back into their own zone. Coming up through center. Montreal will intercept. And they will get on. Well, we're going for a change, actually. Buffalo will send it up. Nice collision there. Buffalo keeps control, though. And that was off. The puck crossed. $13:52 to go in the first. I'm going to grab the fan. It is burning in here. Got to get some air flowing in here. I will apologize but it is just really, really stuffy in here right now. I gotta get the fan going in here. I'm so sorry if it's affecting the audio. We did have a very warm day today. We hit nearly 90 degrees, and so I've got to get some air flowing in this room. Okay, let's see what's being said on social. What can we read on? Give him a penalty for high sticking his own teammate. No, friendly fire does not give you a penalty. All right, 13:52 to go in the second. Face off in center ice. Or in the neutral zone, not at center ice. Game 7 history, teams are 132-15 with a multi-goal lead. And I do believe that is... Puck went out of play on that one. Face off again in the neutral zone. "32 shot attempts for the Sabres, 21 for the Canadiens." Here come the Canadiens. And Luukkonen is going to cover up. $13:34 to go in the second. Again, Avalanche and Knights, Wednesday night, game 1. Hurricanes are awaiting the winner of this series. Again, the Hurricanes have not lost in the playoffs once. To the left of Lehkonen. Montreal controls. Turnaround shot? Nope. Buffalo gets it back behind their net. I could maybe even turn this up with the fan on and you still... The net almost came loose on that one. I saw the net buckle on that one. 15 shots for the Canadiens, 12 for the Sabres right now. Buffalo still trying to stay in. Nope. Up, still alive. In the air and out. Well, and we're going to get a penalty here. We have a penalty. Let's take a look here. No, no penalty. I don't know what I saw. I saw the stick in the air. I didn't see it. I thought he put his hand up for a penalty on that one. It's a high stick, but not a high stick penalty. Okay, so to the right of Dobish. Puck's in around. Puck out of play. A player contacts the puck with their stick above the height of their own shoulders. That is high stick. High sticking is when the player makes contact with the head, face, or neck with their stick above the shoulders. One little suffix at the end makes us a whole much difference. Buffalo has the puck. And they're going to come up from center and come outside in a shot. Nope, didn't go anywhere. Look out, a breakaway, and the net comes loose. And a little bit more extracurricular activities. Looks like Anderson is down after the net comes loose. He might be hurt on this one. Let's see what happens here. Anderson with a break, shoots it up high, and then just gets. Did he get checked? Smashed right into the post. He went down after he shot, and Samuelson was behind him. Samuelson didn't make really much contact. He hit the post and slid into the boards. So they're gonna. He is off the bench. He is off the ice. He seems to be okay. No penalty or anything like that. And play continues. Buffalo coming up through, and which is going to cover up. To the left of Dobish. Canadiens break through, coming up through center. Again, very close to being offsides, but called onside. If Buffalo hurries, they can maybe have a 3-on-2. Nope, it got broken up. Darn it. Canadiens coming back. Buffalo coming back. Canadiens coming onside, sends one in. Looking and says no. Cole Caulfield has 8 points, 8 power play points. Buffalo, no. Well, if he gets a rebound, no. Sends it in, and finally we get a stoppage. And I think that might cause a TV timeout as we're less than 10. Yes, it will. With less than 10 minutes to go, we've reached the halfway point. This is the 203rd Game 7 in NHL postseason history, and the Canadiens are still winning 2-0.
And now for a taste of things to come. A very special announcement will be coming tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, fans and friends and family. So check that out tomorrow. I don't know what it is. I'm curious myself. That's why I reposted it. To the right of Dobish. One Canadian fan in the crowd telling everybody to calm down. Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Yeah, Sabres are pushing back. Dobish way out of his crease to get the puck back to the Canadiens. Buffalo with it, deep in their own, well, not too deep, but coming up on side. From one circle to the point. Trying to go from behind the net. Turn around. No. Puck comes out loose to the line, though. Bit of a bobble, and Montreal will lose control. Buffalo still has it. Buffalo's been on there for at least a minute. They're going to shoot one in. Buffalo still with control. Puck is loose in the net. And a snag by Dobish. .8:14 to go in the second. One shot. There's everyone in front. Right to the glove. Right to the glove. To the right of Dobish, and Buffalo is going to get the puck and go all the way back, and they're going to come through center, and they're going to fight for it in the Montreal zone. Montreal gets it back. Buffalo trying to fight it back. They get it back. Oh. Lost in the neutral zone. Here comes Montreal briefly. And look at the puck into the Alex Tuck has a 6-game point drought. Everybody's in front of the net, and the Buffalo scores as they sneak one past. Everybody was in front of the net, and Buffalo will cut the lead in half as Samuelson finds the upper deck and gets it up in the corner as there were at least 6 players in front of the net. I see 4 white jerseys, the goalie, and 1 Sabre. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And Samuelson in the back corner just goes upper top shelf, left corner to cut the lead in half. And now it's 2-1 Buffalo. Matthias Samuelson, 4th goal of the playoffs. Everyone in front of the net, you find a hole, you find a window, you go right through it. Buffalo still lives. Uh-oh, what we got? What are we looking at? Okay. Nothing? Okay, good. That'll bring the arena up to level again. Yes, we know the Sabres Game 7 history. They're 1-6. It's only the 3rd time that they've been at home for Game 7. They lost 1, they won 1. We know that. The rest were on the road. They just scored a goal. Do they have to say something so depressing like that? Buffalo might get another one. Nope, not in that route. The Buffalo Sabres have 21 comeback wins in the regular season, 4 in the playoffs. Oh, there you go. That just cancels that the Canadiens have all those other wins in Game 7, so that cancels out, and the Buffalo Sabres have a chance. Don't you love it when stats are so condescending? You go one way, you say something, and it looks like one team's going to win. You got to throw out the other one to balance it out. It took them with 5 minutes left to go in the second for that second one to come out. Where do I come up with this stuff? I don't know. All right. Fans looking for a penalty of some kind. Didn't get it. Here comes Montreal, and Lehkonen is going to block that one. And with 4:31 left to go, looks like they're going to go on a TV timeout, I bet. Oh, Walter. Oh my gosh, good question. Oh wow. Matt Cardona at the Matt Cardona has asked, and this is on Twitter as of 7 hours ago, what was your backyard wrestling entrance music? Oh my gosh. Oh, so many memories. Oh wow. I have to do this one. Okay. The first one was House of Pain, Jump Around. And then I settled on Kid Rock, Ba with the Ba. I don't remember. Oh, did I use then switched. I don't remember if I switched or if I to Papa Roach Last Resort. I don't remember if I switched. I don't know which one I used, but I know I used all three at one point. How about that? Repost that. Oh my gosh, so many memories. Wow, so many memories on that one. Thank you, Matt Cardona, for posting that out there. That was amazing. Ah, so many memories. The Montreal Canadiens have won 16 Game 7s, tying the most for the well. See, now they're going back and forth. They're throwing out all these stats and everything. All right, we've got less than 3 minutes to go. Buffalo trying to tie it up. Good shot attempt there. Buffalo still in control. Puck around the boards. Montreal's going to recover. Puck gets sent around. It's amazing what you find. No, I feel like I'm so distracted because I'm just remembering all this stuff from the past. Yes, I had a backyard wrestling career. Yes, I broke my arm during a match. Yes, I even wore a T-shirt to a band I never even heard of. Oh, yeah. I did that one too. Escobar season has returned. One minute to go. Two on. Oh, I don't know what that was, but it was very close. And there's 48 seconds left. Can you edit a tweet? For 40 seconds left. Buffalo right in front of the net. Now everyone's in it, and it's a matter of who's jumped on the grenade first. Everybody except one player. 31.7. Let's take a look at this one. Norris over to Thompson, and the puck went loose. And then the goalie fell on top of it, I think. Let's take a look at the overhead cam here. It's like everyone was just scrambling and nobody could find the puck. And then finally Dobish puts a hand on it. And we're going to go to the left of Dobish. It looks like it's going to be Denault versus Norris. .7 seconds left. Nice check there. Tried to stuff that in. Everybody's in front of the net, and time expires in the second period. All right. You can hate me now, bum, 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 but it won't stop now. Sabres 1, Canadiens 2. Second intermission. All right, take another break. And we'll check out the stats. We've got 17 minutes before the start of the third period.
And now for a taste of things to come.
All the wrestling. All right, let's take a look at the second period stats, or stats through the second period. Anyway, 22 total shots for the Sabres, 18 for the Canadiens, 21 hits for the Canadiens, 14 for the Sabres, Second period was clean, no extra penalties, and the face-off percentage wins is very, very close, 51-49 in favor of the Sabres. And of course, the big goal was scored by Jordan Greenway with assists from Matthias Samuelsson and Beck Malliston. So I'll quickly touch on that tweet that Matt Cardona talking about backyard entrance music. So before all of this, before podcasting and watch-alongs and everything like that in college, we had a backyard wrestling club. We call ourselves the Long Beach Wrestling Alliance. We created characters. We put on shows. We had a small little camera, and we would develop characters and storylines just like you see on television. And of course, WWE would produce this. Please don't try this at home. We didn't do it at home. We did it in a public park, and so I had a Kane-like character. I named him Revelation X. I actually took an old red sweatshirt and cut off one of the sleeves, and I got a cheap hockey mask. And I didn't really want to cut promos. I just didn't want to talk. So we made him a silent character. And as a bit of a joke, I came out to House of Pain's Jump Around. I think I was supposed to be like a I don't know, like a mental patient, I don't know, or something like that. I don't know what I was doing with the character, but I wanted it to be Kane-like. And so it's like I would come out all slow, and I bought one of those plastic gargoyle sticks with an axe on it. And I had a skull on it. I would come out like I was gonna be like the executioner or something, and that failed miserably. The hockey mask was basically one you would find in a Halloween shop, and so then the big song back in the day was "Hate Me Now" by Nas and Puff Daddy. So I kind of borrowed that a little bit, and then that gimmick ran its course, and I was just like a cool version of me, but I still wanted that dark, evil song. So that's when I used, I think, Papa Roach's Last Resort, because I really like that song. And then finally, I think I used Kid Rock's Ba with the Ba, because the intro would kick in and would scream out, "My name is Kid." So my wrestling name was LB Kid. And I even teased about maybe even using the Street Fighter theme at one point, but I didn't, because my finisher, I called it the Hadouken DDT. Basically, if you play Street Fighter and you charge up Ryu's character, yes, he can throw a fireball, but he would throw a super fireball. And I mean, so he would gather up his chi, gather up his life force, and it would just be an elongated, super long fireball. It was called the Shinoku Hadouken. It would register at least 25 to 30 hits. So I would gather up the chi, hit you in the breadbasket, opponent would be bent over, double R DDT, and that's the end of it. And then I don't know how long I did that. And then I think there was a match where I got slammed onto a garbage can. I bruised my back pretty good. I had to wear a brace for 3 weeks. I went to a doctor, told the doctor what happened. The doctor said, well, maybe you shouldn't do that anymore. But I was very stubborn. I couldn't give it up. I didn't want to give it up. um, and went back to the doctor after I was healed up. Oh, no, I didn't go back to the. I did get a clearance to take the brace off and go back to work. Or I even was working with the brace, and let me turn this down because I see that I'm being joined by my brother. Hey, bro, what's up? What's going on, bro? Don't know if your microphone's going on or what's going on here.
Hello, hello.
There you are. What's up?
Yeah, I'm gonna reboot.
Okay, no problem. So I took the brace off and wanted to come back, and I wanted to wrestle some more. And Renegade and all my other brothers there were like, go back to the doctor, get clearance that you can do this again. And me being stubborn and stupid and dumb, I said, no, I don't want to go back to the doctor. And they all warned me. And they said, if anything happens, we're not going to be responsible for it. I said, of course not. If anything happens, it's going to be from my stupidity. You're my family, you're my brothers. I'm not going to sue you or anything like that, or I'm not going to hold you responsible. I'll take full responsibility for it. And so I had a match back, and I got picked up. I hit my finisher. He kicked out. He then picked me up, and my left arm got pinned behind my back, and I got slammed to the ground, and I heard my arm snap, and my arm went numb, and I got pinned. And after a few minutes after that, I went to sit up, felt the upper part of the bone shift, and my arm was broken. So, it was my own stupidity. It was my own dumbness.
Yeah.
And this guy over here, still to this day, never lets it go that it happened.
Because you were an idiot. You tried to brace a fall in a wrestling match by putting your arm behind your back.
I don't think I tried to brace myself. I just think I didn't get my arm out in time. And that's what broke it. But see, the better part of the story and the more fun part of the story that I love to tell is they gave me a painkiller that gave me one of the best power naps in the world. And Renegade was there in the ER with me, and as I was trying to let it do its thing, he's over my shoulder trying to keep me awake because to have the doctor examine me, and I'm acting all goofy about it. And he's like, "Hey, you gotta wake up. I'm like, I ain't waking up for this. It was the funniest moment I ever. I still tell that story to this day. That he was in there, and then they bandaged me up. They sent me home. They sent us home. Pop looks at me, shakes his head. Like, I can't believe you did that. Neither can I. 6 weeks later, I was fine.
Well, as fine as you can be.
As fine as I could be, yeah. It works. It works. So what's going on, bro?
None. I just heard you start talking about the backyard wrestling days, and I was like, let me come up in here for this.
Yep. All because of a tweet from Matt Cardona. It's amazing what you find on social media in there.
Yep.
So with about 5 minutes left to go and the potentiality of 4 teams coming up left, you got a bit of a preference as to who hoists the cup in about a month or so?
We've got the Golden Knights and the Avalanche.
Mm-hmm. And the
I
Hurricanes
want
are
the
waiting
Golden
for the
Knights
winner.
there.
Okay.
And then we've got the Carolina Hurricanes and whoever wins this series.
Right.
I'm going to go with Carolina for that series.
Okay.
Regardless of who wins tonight, I want Carolina to get the dub.
Okay. So that leaves Carolina and Vegas.
Vegas.
Okay. There's his picks. His picks are in. Carolina is,
Rob, while you're on the air, and they're actually in North Carolina tonight.
yeah, they did get to do a Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina run. So that's a good thing. Of course, I'm still waiting for this WrestleMania thing. I mean, they've already announced that not only I think they're either announcing or they're pretty close to Super Bowl 2027 or 2028 to be in the new stadium in Nashville. So if the Super Bowl is coming to Nashville, then WrestleMania should follow suit, I think.
Agreed. It won't be next year, obviously. They'll be in Saudi, but 2028 is the rumor. And if it does happen, then that'll give me an excuse to come to Tennessee.
You and the rest of the family. I mean, I can put together a little bit of a plan for us to, all meet up and do some things in Sevier County and head over to Knox County and then head over to Nashville. 2 years is, I think, plenty of time to plan anyway, or maybe even 2.5. Get a nice big Airbnb for everybody and go visit Dollywood and get you to Fuddruckers where you want to go.
Damn right. That needs to be the first thing. I get off the airplane, you pick me up because you'll be my personal Uber driver. Pick me up from the airport and you take me straight to Fuddruckers. There's no going to Dollywood. There's no going to an Airbnb. There's no stopping for gas because you got like less than a quarter tank. No, we go straight to Fuddruckers.
It's a done deal. Done deal for certain. 90 seconds before the third period starts.
Well, that's good because I got a little something I want to play for you. It's less than 30 seconds.
All right, go ahead.
Tonight, she is sponsored by Simply Reliable Studios from Orlando, Florida. She is everybody's favorite BFF, Izzy Marino.
Well, how about that? Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And what was that company?
Pro Wrestling Junkie. They were part of a big thing in Massachusetts this weekend. I forget where they're normally based out of, but Massachusetts had this big wrestling weekend that they called WrestleVus, a play off of the whole Seinfeld thing, Festivus for the rest of us.
Okay.
The whole gimmick was this was for companies and talent that maybe weren't able to get to WrestleMania in Vegas and those bookings. So it was a WrestleMania for the rest of us, WrestleVus.
Sweet.
So it was a big 3-day thing, lots of different companies running shows. And Walter and I decided to sponsor everybody's BFF, Izzy, for that. Graphics were put out on social media with our logo on the graphics. And see how quickly I can get it loaded in here and show that before the next period starts. And then when she came to the ring, they announced it. There's the graphic.
Sweet. Well done. All right, third period underway. Buffalo needs 1 to tie, 2 to take the lead. And the teams that are leading win 129 times out of 148. So again, it looks like all signs lead to Montreal. But that doesn't mean Buffalo doesn't have a chance. They have the chances. It took them 14 shots to get 1 goal. The majority of the shots did take place in front of the net. And in the regular season, the Canadiens are 29-4-2 after leading after the second period, 3-2. See, all these stats are coming out. Here comes Buffalo, and it's going to be an intercept there. Buffalo will recover. They just have to get back on side. And now Montreal will control. They're going to come in through center ice. Now Buffalo has control. They're going to come through center ice. And now Montreal gets it back, and they're going to come through center ice. Montreal will have to get back on sides, and they do. That looked very close. And we have a high stick. I believe we do. Denault, it looks like he's going to go to the box. Samuelson is checking his face for a cut. Denault goes to the sin bin. Let's take a look. Stick coming up. And the blade gets him right in the nose. Buffalo on the power play. Perfect opportunity here. No blood, no cuts. Benson, Thompson, Quinn, Doan, and Deline are on the ice. And Montreal is going to clear right off the bat. Deline is going to bring it up through center ice. He's going to back up and give it to Thompson. Thompson's going to give it to Doan. Doan's going to send it around. Quinn's got it. Now Benson's got it. Benson to Darlene at the point. Thompson over at the other side. Thompson to Quinn. Quinn shoots. Nothing there. Deline will give it to Quinn. Quinn will give it back over to Thompson, who loses control and forces the Sabres to back off and get on side. 1:10 to go in the power play. Deline is going to bring it up through center ice. He's onside in the corner. Quinn now had it. Puck gets loose. And a clear. .45 seconds left. Alex Took. He's going to send one around the boards. Byram's going to get it. And he loses it. Norris is trying to. Canadiens look like they're going to go shorthanded. And that's going to end that. Now Norris has it. Norris is going to back off to McLeod, who's going to give it to Took. Took still has it, and Montreal clears. 10 seconds in the power play, so it looks like Montreal is going to kill this penalty off. Byram with one last chance. He brings it up through center, and both teams at full strength. If there was a way to enhance that, ESPN's coverage when it comes to power plays really, really helps. That option needs to be optional, honestly, because that makes it so much easier for a call. Buffalo onside. I've seen a lot of fans on social. They're like, "Oh, it distracts from the action." Not necessarily. I mean, I care the most about hockey during the playoffs, but it's kind of hard to tell who's who that quickly. So I believe that next season, and this is a suggestion that I don't know if this could be a thing, make an option available that if you don't know who has the puck, it happens so fast that maybe even the commentators can't do it. And if you want to practice your watch along skills, make that a special option somehow. Buffalo will go and get close, but no. Buffalo trying to keep the puck in play. And we'll go all the way back into their own zone. And 5 minutes have gone by in the third. Yes, we know the Stanley Cup final is coming in June. I'm not saying I would necessarily pay for that option, but heck, when you got to pay bills left and right. Quick shot there. Montreal is in control. Gonna send another one in. Nothing there. If Buffalo gets moving, they could have a 3-on-2. I also missed the enhanced puck. Right there. Oh, the goalie. Oh my gosh, Dobish. Oh, he went completely. It almost looked like he did a cartwheel there. Is he okay? He's calling for something. It's like he literally rotated in midair. Can we get a replay on this? That's Matheson on the other end hitting the crossbar. The puck is there. All right, Zucker did check Dobish. So it looked like a flip, but it wasn't. It was just a hip check. But still, it was a pretty good-looking hip check there. And Dobish was none too happy about that. And this has gone all watery. So we're going to take a quick break and get rid of all this stuff as we are on a TV timeout.
Now for a taste of things to come.
So as Dobish was trying to contain the puck, he got hip checked. Didn't like that call. To the right of Dobish. Well, there was no call. That's what he was complaining about. Puck out of play, 13:39 left. I'm going to take a look at that again. It was a good hit. It looked like a clean hit, but I guess the play might have already been also gone. So I don't know. Let's just say the Montreal fans will probably want to call for that, but to the left of Dobish. Buffalo controls. And they score! And they tie the game! It's 2-2. The captain ties the game with 13:33 left. It's Rasmus Dahlin. Sends it right in. The life has come back to Buffalo. His fourth goal of the playoffs. He may be a defenseman, but he's got a C on his jersey. We are all square. Series high 10 points in the series. And Montreal will not get the puck in the netting on that one. Dahlin on the right side, skates to the circle, gets the pass, and gets the score. Less than 13 minutes to go. And the Canadiens are going to lose control, and it's going to go all the way back to their own zone. Buffalo looking to take the lead. Not like that. And all the way down to the other end, it's going to be covered up. Here comes Buffalo through center ice. Dobish out of his crease.
Buffalo circling around the back of the net, looking for a penalty there. They're not going to get it. Buffalo still circling around the back of the net. They're going to lose the puck there. Montreal with it, coming up through center, backing off a bit. Puck still behind the net. Here comes Montreal, onside. Sends it across. Montreal in control. In front, cover up by Lehkonen. One team with multi-goal comeback wins in Game 6 and 7 series, 1950 Red Wings. Sabres trailed 3-1 in Game 6 and 2-0 tonight. To the right of Lehkonen. Buffalo controls. Buffalo onside. Puck to the back of the net. Or puck behind the net, excuse me. Long shot in. I heard a whistle. I don't know if they're going to call that a goal. I heard a whistle. No goal. No goal. The whistle was dead. They're waving that off. I heard the whistle. Yeah, there was a whistle. The play was dead, even though the puck did go in on a reach around, yeah. They're going to check it just to make sure the whistle blew, but it's not going to be a goal. Sorry, Buffalo. The whistle did blow. The replay confirmed that. Yep, they blew the whistle very quick, but I heard it. Yeah, I heard it too. No goal. No goal. Less than 10 minutes to go in regulation now.
icing the call. Now he's making me look up Buffalo Sabres history. Season by season record. As I look this up, yeah, I know it's 1-6 in Game 7, but 1974, 75. Wow, 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 wow. Look at that. What a drought. All right, 8:40 to go. Buffalo with control coming up through the center. They're going to send it in deep. Can they recover? Buffalo has it. That's not going anywhere. That's going to go out of play. 8:23 to go. Oh, come on. Seriously? I hate it when I see things like that. We make a call, we think something happens, and then they totally throw us off. I'll let the IWF. Great chance there by Buffalo. Dobish says no. I got to stay off social media and stop being distracted and focus on hockey. To the left of Dobish. Puck to center. Buffalo will intercept. Buffalo gets it back. Less than 8 minutes to go. Montreal has it. Dancing around the blue line. Denault and Bolduc score to make it 2-0. Greenway and Delin tie it up. Puck around. Puck bounces in front, but nothing there. And the fans are pounding on the glass. Here comes Buffalo. They hurry. They would have had a good 3-on-2 there. Less than 7 minutes to go. A nice slam into the boards. More slamming. Buffalo. Montreal. Montreal has it in their own zone. Montreal comes onside. Oh, and he whiffed on that one. And Lekanen covers up with 6:16 left. Clap, 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 clap. 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 Dobish has given up 2 goals on 31 shots. Lekanen has given up 2 goals on 20 shots. And Montreal is going to be forced back. Less than 6 minutes to go. Montreal coming up through center. A brief backup, but no. Trying to get it out of the corner. Montreal from behind the net coming around. Puck loose again. Buffalo recovers. Buffalo through center. Buffalo onside. Stops. Waits. Stops. Waits. Center. Shoot. Pass. Covered up. 5:05 to go in regulation. And it looks like they're going to go on to a TV timeout. And they're playing Freebird. Mm-hmm. 5:05 to go in regulation. Face off to the left of Dobish. And who's going to control? Buffalo will. Two Sabres and two Canadiens are just battling over the puck. 75 shot attempts for the Sabres, only 44. Broke his stick on that slap shot. Trying to jam it home. Puck comes loose. Montreal recovers through center ice. 4.5 to go. Poke check almost went backward, went real bad. Montreal recovers. Buffalo gets it back in there, deep in their zone. Can they steal it back? They get control. Yes. Here comes Buffalo through center ice. And here comes Montreal with less than 4 minutes to go. They go onside. Buffalo's going to intercept briefly. And Buffalo coming back up. And now Montreal has it. Three and a half to go in regulation. Buffalo sends it in. Whiff on that. 3:10 to go. Buffalo dancing around. Buffalo sends one in. Nope. Almost looked like the referee took one to the head. 3 minutes and a second left in regulation. To the left of Dobish will be the face-off. Anderson stopped. He tried to break through two people. Buffalo coming back. Buffalo still off-angle shot. Here comes Montreal coming through center. 2.5 to go in regulation. Buffalo will keep control. Less than 2 minutes to go. Puck going back and forth. Buffalo has it in their own zone. Montreal trying to battle. Montreal onside with 90 seconds to go. Montreal coming up. Barely onside. Here comes Buffalo. Can they keep control? No. Less than a minute to go. Less than 51 seconds. Anderson tried to get through two defenders and did, but it just did not take place. That was the best chance Anderson and the Montreal Canadiens had. He kind of split the defenders. He just lost control of the puck at that point. To the right of Dobish. Buffalo will control, but they're going to back up. Montreal will get it. Now Buffalo will get it. Buffalo will be onside when they touch. 33 seconds left. Here comes Buffalo. 23 seconds. Montreal trying to survive. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. The puck goes out. And they're just going to hold off. And we've got extra hockey. This is going to be deadlocked at 2. Game 7 history, 51st overtime game, and the home team has the advantage 27-23. So now it all looks, it's back and forth, folks. Wow, wow, wow. Let's take a look at the stats before we go into overtime. Let's get that squared away as quickly as possible. "34 shots for the Sabres, 22 for the Canadiens, 24 hits for the Canadiens, 19 for the Sabres. Montreal did get called for a penalty. Philip Denault, of course, was called for high sticking. And Rasmus Dahlin is the hero right now to send the game to overtime. Of course, Zucker running into Dobish. They wanted a penalty for that, and they didn't get it. And then the puck goes in after the whistle. So we've got 14 minutes to overtime, friends. 14 minutes. Go to the restroom, get your drinks, and we will be back with overtime.
All righty, with 7 minutes to go before overtime, let's take a look at what's happening in the America's pastime to kill a little more time here. Let's see what's going on. And that should be enough to get over to see who will win this game. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Wow. Okay, let's see here. The Marlins crushed the Braves 12-0. The Rays put up 16 runs to beat the Orioles. Phillies beat the Reds 5-4. Guardians beat the Tigers 8-2. Yankees beat the Blue Jays 7-6. Red Sox beat the Royals 3-1. Brewers beat the Cubs 9-3. Currently, the Mets and the Nationals are in the 12th inning. Mets just scored a couple runs to take a 2-run lead. They're up 8-6. Astros and Twins are in a rain delay. Twins are up 3-0. Rangers and Rockies. Rockies are winning 6-2. Mariners and White Sox. Mariners are winning 1-0 there. About to hit the bottom of the third. Diamondbacks up 5-2 over the Giants. Bottom of the third. Angels and Athletics, no score going into and they're in the top of the fourth. Padres are beating the Dodgers 1-0. The third inning just ended on that. Let's see what else. I think I saw something on one of our teams injury-wise. Yes. Philip Gustafson, goalie for the Minnesota Wild, will have hip surgery, putting his readiness for the beginning of training camp in question. Overall wear and tear, no specific injuries during the playoffs. That's why Wallstead was the number one goalie. So maybe just maintenance, I guess. Not much with that. Let's see what social media is talking about. Yes, I'm aware of what happened on Monday Night Raw, but I'm not going to say anything. Because I'm talking about whoa. Okay. That's interesting news. Can I confirm that? CNN. DDD. Yes, Game 7 overtime. I mean, if it must be on Twitter, it must be news, right? I don't want to call it. Who's this other one? No, stop that. As the team are getting ready to come out for overtime. Teams are coming out for overtime. And And we go to commercial again. Fine. The Star Wars universe has lost one of their own. Star Wars voice actor Tom Kane has passed away at the age of 64. He did voice Yoda in Star Wars The Clone Wars. And he also voiced Magneto in the Marvel Capcom video game. So, but he's mostly known for the Star Wars universe. In fact, he also did the voice for Admiral Akbar in Star Tours: The Adventure Continues in both Disneyland and Disney World. All right. Next goal wins. Sudden death overtime. The only way a Game 7 series can end. Who's going to be the hero? And Buffalo will control. They're going to be in center ice. They're going to go onside. No, they're not. Montreal's going to intercept. Here come the Canadiens. It's going back. Montreal now back over to Buffalo. Nothing there. Behind the net. Montreal will get it to center. In the corner. Quick shot there by Montreal. Doesn't go anywhere. Buffalo has it at center. Puck loose. Montreal gets it back. 1 minute has gone by. Montreal in center. Buffalo retreating a bit. Puck in center, back into the Montreal zone. Or back into the Buffalo zone, excuse me. Buffalo has it in their own zone now. They're coming up through center. Onside. Here comes Montreal. Nope, they're backed up a bit. Here they come. Through center. Onside. Puck in the corner. Buffalo gets it back. Montreal in center. And offside is the call. 17:52 to go in overtime. Next goal wins. And I don't think they're going to do any TV timeouts either. Benson tried to play hero there. Buffalo with it. Montreal's going to send it back. Buffalo coming around. In the corner. Montreal comes up with it. Matheson at the point. Scooping around. Nope. Gave it up.
Buffalo will send it down to center. And Montreal will recover and start making their way back up the ice through center. Close bounce to the net, but didn't go anywhere. Going to come around again. Buffalo has it. Montreal now has it. Dancing around. Here comes Montreal through center. Montreal still in control. Sending it around the boards. Buffalo intercepts. They're on their way up. Can they stay onside? Yes. But Montreal will steal it back. Waiting behind the net. Fans pounding against the glass. Montreal with the puck. Staying onside. Sending it over and in. Nothing there. Nope. Nobody was there for that one. Montreal still stays in. He turns around. What a bounce on that one. And Buffalo will attempt to clear, and icing is the call. "300 people watching. Thank you so much for this final game in the semis in the East. The final semifinal in the East. Yeah, that's confusing. The winner of this one will go to the Eastern Conference Final to face, so far, the undefeated Carolina Hurricanes in the playoffs. Haven't lost a game yet. They've swept both teams that they've played. Buffalo is onside. They're circling back, though. Wrister out of play. Off the pad, up into the netting. We're going to go to the left of Dobish. 6 shot attempts for the Canadiens, only 1 for the Sabres. Buffalo. Who's controlling? Buffalo is. They are onside. Another broken stick. Here comes Montreal up through center. Onside. Shot goes wide. Anderson with a shot. Got a piece of it. Buffalo gets it. Quick 2-on-1 if he hurries. Stopped by Dobish. Goalie doesn't have his stick. He lost his stick temporarily as he was laying on his stomach. Thompson comes up. lays on his stomach, and the stick came loose. Evans versus McLeod. Face off to the left of Dobish. 13:51 in this first overtime. Buffalo will control. Pokes it away. And icing is waved off. Here comes Buffalo again. Buffalo, can they get it? Buffalo keep it in play. Puck to center. Buffalo still onside. Here come the Sabres. Intercepted by the Canadiens. Back to the Sabres. They're backing up a little bit. Oh, quickly get onside with a lob.
Montreal will get it back deep in their zone. Dobish has to get out of his crease. And Montreal controls briefly. And icing, I believe, is the call. Oh, getting stuffy in here again. It's been so hot today. The house gets so hot. Buffalo sends it over. Icing again. Rasmus Dahlin with 32 minutes on the ice. Lane Hudson with 30. We're going to do Denault versus Krebs to the right of Lehkonen. Montreal controls. Stopping, spinning, passing, nobody there. Buffalo will just lock up the puck. Comes loose. Puck was all over the place and close in front of the net as well. And waved off the icing, I believe. And here go the Canadiens. Here come the Sabres. They might get a 3-on-2. Nobody there. Canadiens coming back. Here come the Sabres.
on his knees. Unfortunately, couldn't keep the puck in play. Montreal. Behind the net. Nothing there. Getting back on side. Buffalo with a takeaway. Puck in front of the net. Back in the zone. Here come the Sabres. Big save there. Sabres trying to, they can get back on side. And icing is the call, stopping the play at 9:08. Anderson hit the corner. As we scrape the ice. They're putting their time in, that's for certain. 26 minutes all the way up to 31 minutes. 23 to 32 when it comes to the Sabres. Look at all those towels just waving, hoping to finish this. And both teams want to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. The last time the Canadiens were in overtime in Game 7, 1992. The Sabres have only done it once when they played against the Senators back in 1997. Denault versus Norris to the right of Dobish. And they're going to send one in. Thank you. They're going to send one in and do it again. Puck went out of play. No, puck went, it was goalie stoppage. "37 shots for the Sabres, 24 for the Canadiens. Face-off controlled by, still a battle. And another stoppage. Thompson said that one in. Dobish said no. Good old Tage Thompson. To the right of Dobish.
Here come the Canadiens. Shot and score! And the Canadiens win in overtime. And they eliminate the Buffalo Sabres by a final score of 3-2. The Bell Center is rocking. And the Sabres are in, and Lehkonen is so upset that he just threw his helmet down the tunnel as the Canadiens are celebrating. Canadiens are celebrating. And the hero is Alex Newhook. Gets the pass and just sends it in low. Left side, Lehkonen, left corner. No deflections. And Alex Newhook wins it for Montreal with 8 minutes and 39 seconds left in overtime. A Canadian team is going to the Eastern Conference Finals, the only one left, by a final score of 3-2. And they start waving the towels in the Bell Center as we get the handshake line. The only way a Game 7 can finish, in my opinion, Montreal wins and heartache in Buffalo again, as Buffalo now falls to 1-7 in Game 7 history. Montreal will now face Carolina in the Eastern Conference Finals. Oh, my Cash App card. Cool. Thank you.
My shift got scheduled, changed 127.
All right, I think I can take that. I can.
Motion last year.
I can get you there. I know that much. Oh, I'll figure it out, but don't worry. It's all good. Do 4 runs tomorrow, but okay. All right, final stats coming up. Let's get that out of the way, and we'll call it a night. 39 shots for the Sabres, 25 for the Canadiens, 28 hits for the Canadiens, 21 for the Sabres. Both teams only got penalized once. Face-off percentage went 54-46 in favor of the Sabres. Alex Newhook is the second player in NHL history with multiple Game 7 clinchers in a single postseason. And Alex Newhook with the game-winning goal in overtime with Alexandre Carrier with the assist. So that is going to put put it to bed. It is over and done with. The Canadiens will move on and face the Carolina Hurricanes, who have been well rested since sweeping in the second round. Not sleeping, but sweeping. And we'll see where that series goes. That series, I believe, again, starts on the 21st. Let's confirm those dates really, really quickly. Yes, Avalanche Golden Knights on Wednesday, the 20th. Canadiens Hurricanes the day after on the 21st. Thank you, thank you, thank you, all 319 of you who have watched. 4 teams remain as they try to reach and win the most difficult trophy in sports, Lord Stanley's Cup. So the next time for a watch along that I'll be on will be whenever of the finals gets to an elimination game. That's when I'll come on. In the meantime, it's back to work as normal. Thank you, everybody who watched. Good night. Buffalo, you tried. I'm so sorry. Heartache completely. It happens. One Canadian team left. Until next time, friends, stay good to each other. I love you all. Good night. And Stat Boy out.